Everyone has gone to school before, whether you were in public, private, or you were homeschooled. Everyone went to school. Well, in recent years, the pandemic has highlighted existing issues in our school systems, as well as creating new challenges. Students went from interacting in a classroom to sitting at home in front of a computer screen without that normal interaction with their peers. Well, Pediatrics West came out with a study that shows the negative impact of that remote learning. With an increase in mental health concerns, reduced intervention for abuse, and reduced access to the school support services, children are in a vulnerable position. That is why it is more important than ever to invest in our children's future. Long before COVID, the public schools were failing children at a much higher rate than their private counterparts. Moving forward, we should say enough is enough when it comes to schools dictating to parents what and how their children should learn. The best ways to protect our children's education is by removing them from public education. An alternative is giving parents control of their money allocated to their children and allowing them to make the decision on what school fits their needs. The best solution is moving to the private sector. As public schools were shutting down, private schools remained open despite concerns. When private schools were gathering the tools to go virtual, their perspective changed as enrollment soared. Many blame the fact that the public schools did not have the funds to meticulously keep the classrooms sanitized, and that the public school teachers did not have the same flexibility of schedules. I'll debunk some of that a little later. The difference that I saw between the two was confidence. A confidence to keep their children and staff safe, and then a confidence to go out and face the challenge of the world as the same values I had in my years while I was attending private school. That was long before the pandemic. Private schools are teaching confidence, while public schools are teaching fear. The money you invest in your children will teach them to have the confidence in their future. Which brings me up to my next point. What about the cost? I hear so many comments about not being able to afford it, or private schools are too much money. They just don't make enough money. That is why I'm a huge fan of the school vouchers. Every school in the United States is given a set amount of money per child, which is dictated by the taxes in the school district. So if you live in an area that has more taxes, then you have usually more money per student. And that money is allocated per kids, and when your children goes to a school, they can take that money with them. And what that allows is for parents to take that money and use it towards a private education, reducing the cost of private education so it is more affordable, or in some cases, free. An article in Forbes stated that the average private school is just $11,000 a year per student, yet the average public school receives $23,000 per student. Private schools have higher standardized test scores, higher graduation requirements, and their students take more advanced classes and are more likely to complete a bachelor's degree. There are countless statistics that you can find on Council for American Private Education that prove this point. So with the higher budget per student, they have less than half the disciplinary issues and significantly higher test scores. Private schools make a lot of sense. There is no guarantee that your child is going to be successful. While you can't guarantee success, you can increase their likelihood of success. It's time for parents to become more active in their children's education, teach them how to be confident with the hand that they've been dealt with, rather than fear what they have. Private schools teach their students confidence, do not cater only to the wealthy, and the children have a higher chance of success. The benefits are clear. Private schools accomplish more for their dollar and give children a better foundation. Thank you.